face right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Balls in Your Face Marketing. Today I am joined by none other than Rob Balasabas. He is a brand evangelist at TubeBuddy. He's one of the original LinkedIn Livers, beta testers for that platform. He creates a lot of video content for YouTube, does live streaming on LinkedIn, on Facebook, etc. Rob, welcome to the show.
Julian, thank you so much, man. I appreciate being on here and hanging out with you. Just jamming on videos and everything.
Yeah, let's talk shop.
TubeBuddy is it's a YouTube certified partner. So we make it super easy for YouTube content creators to grow their channel. So we give them analytics that is easy to understand. I mean, there's so many analytics that people pay attention to. So we give you access to that in a really easy way to uncover opportunities for your channel, what kind of content, what kind of keywords, what kind of videos you can create, retention, like what kind of, which videos that you've uploaded are, people watching the longest and when they're falling off, when they're dropping off. You can do, A/B test and split test your thumbnails, right? Thumbnails is a huge thing now. That's really how people are getting more views. If you listen to all the experts on YouTube, it's all about thumbnails, eye-catching thumbnails. And so there's A/B testing thumbnails, canned responses for comments. I mean, there's just there's so many different tools within the platform that you can use to grow your channel. And so, there's an app. There's like a mobile app. There's also a Chrome extension that you install into your channel, and there's also a website platform with a bunch of other things. So and it's always evolving. I mean, our team is always building new features as YouTube, as you can imagine, always is changing. So we are always on top of that. So yeah, really cool tool for anybody looking to grow their YouTube channel.
Would you say that it's primarily a video SEO tool, like a video ranking tool above all else?
Yeah, I think so. For a lot of people, that's what they would use it for. For me, even personally, before I joined the TubeBuddy team, I was using TubeBuddy for when I was managing the Thinkific YouTube channel, and it was really, I was using it to uncover keywords. Which keywords should I be using? Which tags? Is this the right description? Does it have enough of the keywords and the title in it and stuff like that? So it was more for that keyword research. But I really soon, once I dug into it, once I joined the team and really studied the platform, there are so many more things in there, to be more productive. And
yeah, there's a lot of automation tools as well. Exactly. If you want to put, thumbnails at the end and automatically, rather than having to go in and manually do that every single time. So it's a very, I've played with it a little bit, and I found it to be pretty impressive, pretty robust tool for sure. Yeah. So we'll make sure that we put a link to where people can go and find that. And so you were one of the sort of early LinkedIn livers, one of the beta testers about that. Tell me a bit about why you're loving live streaming so much.
Yeah, I like live streaming. It's for me, it's the easiest form of content to create. It's just very natural, organic. There's no editing needed, right? So we were doing a lot of live streaming on Facebook and on YouTube. And then I started really diving into LinkedIn as a channel, just for my own personal channel. And I really found that it was really easy to get a lot of engagement and organic reach on LinkedIn, especially with videos. This is about 18 months to 2 years ago when I started really diving into it. And then I would say about 8 months ago, a friend of mine, LinkedIn Live went, and it was released. And, there was a couple of beta testers that were essentially given access directly by LinkedIn. So you couldn't apply or anything, you couldn't get access. And so it was really cool. It was one of those things that I said, you know what, I wish that LinkedIn could get live streaming as a feature, because it's such an untapped channel. You know this, Julian, you're creating a lot of content on LinkedIn as well, and it's good. So it was like, they're missing that like interactive engagement, aspect that all the other platforms had. YouTube had it, Instagram has it, they have live streaming, Twitter, Periscope, and Facebook, they all have live streaming. So LinkedIn finally went out with the live stream feature, and it was really cool. And then a friend of mine said that, hey, you know what? They've opened the application, and so I applied. Really forgot about it because I didn't get anything back for about a month, and so got a message in my inbox one day saying that I got access, and then had to learn how to get live, like how to get into LinkedIn Live, because unlike the other social platforms, you couldn't go live natively directly on LinkedIn. You had to use a third-party broadcasting tool. So I think at the time you had to use Switcher Studio and some other, Wirecast, and only a handful of different broadcasting tools were allowed to get access into LinkedIn Live. So so figured that out, got access, started going live, and I mean, it was awesome. There's so much engagement. I think there was such a pent up demand for LinkedIn. For a long time, LinkedIn has been kind of, shoved aside as kind of a boring, dry social platform. It was too businessy and stiff and corporate. But I think, more videos, when they open up videos, native videos, uploading videos directly on the LinkedIn mobile app, a little while ago, and then now LinkedIn Live, I think it's really kind of opened up the platform to be more authentic for creators on there. There's a bit of this really subtle rise of I don't know what the word is, but like LinkedIn influencers, I suppose, are starting to naturally come up the ranks and build a name for themselves using LinkedIn. It's not quite there yet, but I do kind of imagine that in the next, I don't know, year or 2 years, the way that we see, Instagram influencers and YouTube influencers, very quickly, like TikTok influencers, I think very quickly, because of the engagement and the views, the activity that's happening on LinkedIn with videos, I think very soon brands can't help but notice that, and then start doing deals. I mean, it's happening now, but I think it's just going to ramp up even more. Just because people are paying attention to LinkedIn. So very excited about it. Very excited about it. I still continue to do it to this day. I do it once a week, maybe twice, depending. But yeah, I do it's called a new show. It's called the Creators Corner. And so it's in conjunction with TubeBuddy, and I interview different creators and just have a really good chat about how they're creating content and how they're monetizing it and how they're using that for their business. YouTube is a long game. I think, it's something that you need to decide that you're going to be really consistent. I've got a Facebook group, and one of the things we talk about is always YouTube. There's a lot of YouTube content creators there. And one lady was saying, you know what, I haven't uploaded in a while. Like, why is anybody else sort of like plateauing on their new subscribers? And then somebody's like, well, how often do you upload? And she said, well, I did take like 6 months off a little while ago where I didn't start, and so that was really evident. So, there's a bunch of experts in my group when it comes to YouTube, and they said like, hey, if you take a break from content creating, then YouTube sort of like takes away a lot of the weight off your channel, and they stop promoting your channel. So consistency is one of those things. So, it's a long play. But it is still that a lot of people will say like, well, there's so many creators on it already. Like, I'm new. So do I even have a chance? And, I think the way that YouTube works is that their job is to serve the best content. They serve the best content to the person watching, right? So they serve videos to the viewer and not viewers to the video, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's an open game, right? So if you can create a better LinkedIn, tutorial than whoever is ranking on the first page of LinkedIn tutorial as a keyword, then you're going to make your way up there, right? Because people are looking at your videos, they're watching the whole thing, they're watching it for longer, you're more relevant, you're more up to date, right? So it's an organic place where, videos move up and down ranks. And so it is, like you said, like it is like the printing press.
In your face, right?